I'm afraid to refresh because it's gonna give me the block.
The
Block?
block?
Yeah, because fucking advertisements and shit.
Oh, are you
Oh,
using a
wait,
blocker?
what are you using for
Music.
this?
I'm using Opera.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, no, this
Opera.
thing wants to. Because I put 1210. I think it wants to wait till 1210.
It's live
Gotta
on my
love
side.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yay! It's
you're live
okay.
on YouTube, and I
Huh.
sees it.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Are we up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we are. All right, cool.
All right.
Yay! All right, let me turn that down. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and start recording, and we'll go from there. Let's have a good show.
Oh.
So it's no secret that I've been a little bit away from the whole voice acting thing. Between real life commitment, health issues, family, etc. I just haven't had an opportunity to come down and actually do what I like to do. And I've mentioned it before, so I'm not going to go into it now. What I do want to talk about is my time with Voices.com. I just officially canceled my account with Voices. More than anything because I don't want to pay another $500 for a year that I'm not going to use it. I was inactive for 6 months. So essentially I lost a good amount of value. But within about the last month, I've seen a change in my communication that I'm receiving with them. So here's my honest review of Voices.com. The program is very expensive to get into. $500 is a high amount of money. Now, sometimes they're specials, sometimes, like when I initially got in was a Black Friday special. I got in for like a quarter of the price of what it normally would be. For the first year, I didn't see very much. There wasn't any activity, I wasn't getting any feedback, I wasn't getting very many responses from the auditions that I sent out. Until towards the end, I finally actually got my first job. It was for a YouTube video where they were asking me to imitate another YouTuber. That turned into a series and essentially turned into, I believe, 3 different jobs. It was great for me to be able to have seen that. But in order for you to take full advantage of your Voices.com account, you literally have to be glued to your desk or your booth. Because it's really the first people that get stuff in that get heard, and that sometimes even get the job before you even get a chance to respond. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great to have essentially unlimited auditions for you to practice on. But without you getting feedback, all it is you screaming against the wall. So I feel like that time would be better suited in honing your craft in a Discord group or with peers who will give you honest feedback. In addition, the $500 yearly membership fee is better used, in my opinion, towards a coach, because that's somebody that's going to give you personal one-on-one experience. And I think until your coach says you're ready, that should be the moment when you can jump into Voices.com. So here was my statistics out of 3 years with them. I received 1,845 invitations to audition. Out of that, I submitted 1,036. Out of those, 619 were listened to. Out of that, 75 were shortlisted. My booking ratio was 173 auditions to 1 job. That is a staggering amount of no responses. So go in prepared for that. And I'm hoping that this helps you be ready for it. Make sure your demos are ready. Make sure you have a nice profile. And because a lot of jobs will require a live session, make sure you have the time to do it. I'm probably going to come back to Voices after I retire in maybe 5 or 6 years. Because I feel like I will have that ability. I will have that bandwidth to sit down and to be ready when something comes in. Finally, let's talk about the last month of Voices.com. I don't know if some algorithm or something basically told them, hey, this guy's membership is coming up. Let's give him some personalized jobs that are worth the membership. So I started getting a crazy amount of invitations personalized by a Juliana, which I'm sure is just a marketing algorithm to send stuff out. basically saying, hey, I got a job that'll give you $70 an hour. Takes 10 minutes to audition. Minimum of 5 hours of work. Hey, that sounds great. But once you go in there and you actually look at the audition, guess what it's for? Text to speech. Even the audition itself basically says, we are not going to clone your voice. There is no public or broadcast paid usage. This is only for TTS research purposes. But guess what? Even if you're not the model for the voice, you're still training it, which essentially means you're training yourself out of a job in the future. And for me to see 70, 100, 120 responses to this job just because it pays good now is one of the reasons why I think at this point, steering away from voices.com is the best idea I've ever had, because I don't want to help train my replacement. Okay, I've rambled on enough. Let's go ahead and get started with the show. Thanks again. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great day. On with the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Colbury the Podcast, a podcast looking at everything related to voice acting, voice producing. Yeah, we're still working on that.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's getting better a little bit.
We're getting there. Welcome, everybody. Sorry about the long break. We took a 3-week break unexpectedly due to personal reasons, vacations, a lot of things that happened. And hey, you know what? Just like we mentioned, that's unfortunately life, and we pivot and move on. So if you have any questions, anything you want us to talk about, you can email us, codereadthepodcast@gmail.com, or you can join our Discord. Link is going to be in the description for this video or for anywhere where you're listening to this podcast. Check us out on YouTube if you get a chance. We'd love to see where you're coming from. Feel free to leave a like. It doesn't cost you anything. And feel free to leave a comment where you found us. We'd love to hear from you. If you have anything that you're working on audio-wise, if you're working on a demo, or if you're working on, say, an accent or even a part, send us that audio. We'd love to give you our feedback. We've done this all to each other. This is one of the ways that we've grown and we've improved, and we are happy to share that with you. Yeah. So with all that said and done, let's check in with everybody and see how we're doing. So let's start with Buka. Buka, welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I have, for anyone watching online, I have yet another change of scenery because I'm finally moved back into my own house. So, yay! A 1.5 year long time of paying a mortgage for a house I couldn't reside in, but now I'm back.
Yay!
Wait, what? You were paying? Oh, okay. I did not know this part of the story. What the heck?
No, the longest story ever short. We had the original cast iron sewer system rusted out, failed, deteriorated, and it took a 1.5 years to get all of the repairs and some improvements done in the house because so much chaos with contractors. I could write a book about this chaos.
Please do.
Yeah.
I know. But, on the bright side, I have brand new custom bathrooms. I can actually have a fully usable laundry room, which frees me up to actually have a real pantry. It's a great time.
Yay.
So
Awesome.
No way. That's crazy.
That's the story for
I can
after.
have a laundry room and a pantry? Oh, no. Not in this economy.
Yeah.
I'm same. At least until now. But yeah, other than that, it's we're finally at the end of the fall convention season. So woo.
And hope everything went well. Hopefully we'll get to hear it next week or soon, and how your experiences went and how the competition went too.
Yeah, it went awesome. I'll definitely go into all the details at another time. Some of the highlights were just all of our events went great. We did our normal workshops. We did our competition, and then it's been a few years since we've been able to do an anime live, and we did an anime live after dark panel, which was fantastic because I finally got to do some voice acting after like a year of not.
Yeah.
So that was very fun.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Buka. It's just good to see you again. Dorino, how has your last 3 weeks been?
Chaotic, for lack of a better term. Thanksgiving was good. As I was saying before the show, my fiance's parents made the best turkey I've ever fucking had in my entire life. Which I mean, given my past, is not really saying a whole lot, but it was incredibly good. Like most turkey I have is usually kind of dry. Not this was like the absence of dryness. It was amazing. In the meantime, not I have not been doing any voice acting whatsoever, and I'm gonna put this out there right now. I am I'm gonna probably be on an indefinite hiatus for the time being, just because I need to focus on the thing that I actually want to do,
Yeah.
which is music production.
Yeah.
And but on the flip side, that has been going really well. The mentorship that I am a part of just updated all their like training materials, so I went back through it, used it as an opportunity to kind of like reinvigorate myself, and it's been great. And instead of kind of like hiding in my little shell like I used to do with voice acting, I have been trying to put myself out there more, get feedback on my mixes, and also starting to work on like more like recording more of my own material. So overall, I'm excited to see where that goes. I also need to start looking for more audio work jobs, because unfortunately, two of the jobs that I have been working on are also on a hiatus. So, little bit of lack of income. Vera knows where I'm coming from there.
A little wah-wah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. People got stuff going on in their lives, and you know, when they basically don't get paid and they're paying me instead, I totally understand.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another thing I need to take care of. Lastly, I have been playing a whole hell of a lot of Deep Rock Galactic, which is an amazing game, and I don't know why it has its like grips on my soul, but it is a very good time, and I don't think I mentioned this the last time we were discussing this, or I brought this up, but I've decided that the first metal album that I put out is going to be dedicated solely to Deep Rock Galactic.
Yes.
I already have about five song titles. My favorite one being "I Killed a Loot Bug." Shout out to anyone who understands that. But yeah, it's gonna be a great time, and I'm super excited to start working on that.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
yep, that's how life has been. How has your life been, Zmoody? Tell us.
So it's, I'm working on this community theater show, Christmas Cookies and Chaos, and we are at the home stretch. We are 4 rehearsals away from Tech Week, and then our show is 8, 9, and 10 of December. I have been working on sound effects and editing, and I still don't have my lines 100% down. So, that's an issue.
A little bit.
You'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine.
I mean, you start to panic a little bit. I'm like the audio engineer basically for the show, so I've been tweaking stuff, and I'm starting to tear down my lines so I can just have them playing in my head while I'm at work on loop until I pick them up. One of the sound effects I made was this. Oh wait, I have to turn that up. Here, let me try that again.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So, the line there is children caroling in the streets. They're fine. And
Nice.
Wow, demonetized immediately.
Judiciously.
But it's going to be fun. It's essentially a show / review, because we're big on the reviews, and I get to do a song that I've always wanted to do but never found a good time to do it, which is Jack's Obsession from Nightmare Before Christmas. It just because it's a Christmas show, but they wanted Christmas adjacent songs. That's the best one I could figure out. And yeah, I look forward to hopefully performing that in 2 weeks, pretty much. But yeah, there we are. So that's where I've been able to do obviously anything voice acting related, because all my focus is here. After December's over, I hopefully will be able to get back and refocus all of that energy into in the booth behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say real fast before we move on.
Yes.
Somebody needs to make Nightmare Before Christmas on Elm Street, because I know that's where you were going with that.
Yeah. My brain still is a little on the foggy side. But thank you.
I mean, it sounds pretty awesome, if you
Right.
ask me.
Well, our guest today is, and hopefully I'm saying this right, Vera Tan.
Tan, but you know,
Tan,
you get it more right than most people. It's okay.
Well, before we get into your journey in voice acting, how has your week been?
I have recently moved into my new place with a person who is cool with me doing like crazy death scenes at like 3 a.m. in the morning because he sleeps through everything. He's just like, the only thing I wake up for is the ship fire alarm, and yeah, that's it. And I was like, oh, okay, nice to know. So that has been amazing because I can just do whatever I want at any time, and I haven't been able to do that for the last 2 years because I was living with other people. So I was like, yo, this is sick.
Yeah.
And since I'm a full-time university student still, I'm just happy I get a break. To be completely frank with you, I'm just happy I get to sleep. It's been a while. So yeah, that's how life has been. Catching up with friends, finishing off video games I started 5 years ago and then didn't touch for 3 years. It's okay.
I'm
You started
hoping
Tears of
that.
the Kingdom yet?
What's that?
I asked her if she'd started Tears of the Kingdom yet.
I have started Tears of the Kingdom, but I finished Breath of the Wild like 2 nights ago.
Hey, at least
Oh,
you
okay.
You got
Yeah,
one up on
that's
me.
the
'cause
game I
keep,
was referring to.
I keep starting it, and I
sure.
can never finish it.
I am
Yeah.
the exact same way. I've been trying to beat that game for like 3 years now, and then just
I got
never
it in
happens.
2018. Okay,
Sure.
it's been a while. I
Mhm.
played it obsessively for about a year, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm going into like my last 2 years of high school. I really need to get into a good university." And then I didn't touch it, and I'm finishing end of third year of university now, and I just finished it, and I was thinking about it like 15-year-old Vera would not be happy.
Well, very cool. Thank you for being here. Thank you for volunteering your time. I know there's a bit of a
course.
time difference here, and thank you for waking up early.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well,
No one needs to know I'm from Australia. Shh.
dang it. Yeah. And we have an international program today. We got USA, Mexico, and Australia all represented. Very cool.
Wow.
Bienvenidos, señores y
Oh my
señores. Muchas gracias.
gosh.
So let's get into your journey. So how did you get started in voice acting?
This is very funny because with the same friend I'm living with right now, we bonded over playing Persona 5 Strikers, and I have autism, ADHD, whatever. Who cares about that? So sometimes I'll just like repeat things I hear on loop. And since they have like a million iconic battle lines, there were a couple of times where that friend was like, "Was that you or the game?" And I was like, me. It was just like, you really have like the timbre to do voice acting. And I thought about it, I was like, shit. Because the backstory is, I was started on singing lessons when I was 4, and then I quit when I was 14. And then my mother is like, well, you can't just waste that 10 years of training. Do you want to do voiceover? And 14-year-old me was like, secretly, I've been wanting to be a voice actor since I was like 13. But I'm not going to tell her that. So I was like, I'll see. So then when I moved out interstate for university, and he brought this proposition up for me, so I was like, this is as good a time as any to try it. So I did with like my 2013 iPad Air.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
booked like 2 fan projects off it, and then my friend was like, no, you need like something now. And I was like, okay. And then I got a USB mic, and I gave it to my friend, and now I have this beautiful one. So that's a short summary of how it happened.
Now that beautiful one, is that an AT-23?
That is a Warm Audio 47 Junior.
Ooh.
Because I have a very shrill voice.
So you did your research before you purchased your first mic.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I did. I did so much research. I remember there was a publicly available roster. See, I am also Singaporean, which means that I do things in a very, very academic way. There was a publicly available roster, and it listed like the actors' names and then like all of their equipment. So I wrote down like all of these different things. I looked up all the prices. I looked at dang it, what's it called? I haven't researched mics in a while because I've been so happy with this one, but it's the, you guys will know this one, but it's like the frequency chart thing. And it's like, ooh, yeah, this one is really flat where I need it to be. Perfect. You know, like all these different things. And I was like, oh, interfaces. And I had like all of those as well. I had headphones. I had wires even. And pop filters. I had so much. I still have all that research, I think. But yeah, I have a lot of very academic research on voiceover.
That's good. That's good. 'Cause
Yeah,
most people will
it
just
is.
jump in and you know, buy something and end up not, you know, they get the super high quality microphones that picks up every single terrible thing in their room, and they give up on the dream.
Yeah. I was going to say, broke university student can't afford to do that. So, you know, in some cases, a lack of money is actually a blessing. No way.
I like that. I like that. We really I
Yeah.
think we just found her short. Mark that one. So
Noted.
yeah.
I'm right there with you on the microphone research. With the workshops that I run, we keep an AT 2035 and
Ooh.
and an MXL 990. The 2035 is for my shotgun voices who can just, you can hear them from a mile away. Very big booming voices because it's a lot more friendly to to very loud voices. It's less likely to peak. It's less likely to get crunchy at the top. And then I have the MXL for our soft-spoken folks. So people who, you know, if even when they're this close to the 2035, you still
It's like you
can't hear
can't hear them at all. Yeah.
them. Yeah,
Sometimes that is me. Both are me.
You
So,
sound
and then
wonderful, by the way, if you don't mind me saying.
yeah, that mic is definitely fitting you real well.
Absolutely.
Yay! I did my research properly. Also, I have a travel setup that fits into this box, and I'm very proud of it.
Wow.
Literally
Yeah,
just
it's
out of
great.
nowhere with the show
No,
and
you
tell. I
mentioned the
love it.
shock. You mentioned the shotgun, and I got excited because I got a really small shotgun, and it sounds so good. I was in a random hotel in Melbourne, which is the best city in Australia. Don't listen to anyone who says it's Sydney. Shh, shut. And in the hotel room next to like, you know, it's in Melbourne City. Like there's shit happening 24/7 because it's. My friend went to an arcade at 3 a.m. and he sent me a photo of like the little punching bag thing, and he's just like, me punch, and I was like, oh. I haven't seen you awake at 3 a.m. ever in like the 3 years I've known you. I'm glad you're enjoying Melbourne, but yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff happening, and it was still at like negative 65, and I was like, I love you so much.
Wow.
Nice.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's lovely. If anyone needs a travel setup, hit me up. I'll let you know what mine is.
Well, sharing knowledge is part of this show, so please feel free to send it to us,
Exactly.
and we'd love to share that for you.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what you mentioned, you had 2 jobs and you were working on the Air Mac. Just the embedded mic?
What?
The laptop mic itself, that was your first recording for gigs?
It was a 20. I started with like fan stuff because I'm like practice,
Right.
but also kind of fun.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a 2013 iPad Air that I had to get when I went to music school because for whatever reason, they were like, laptops? Nah, that's for big kids. You're only 13. You should get an iPad Air. It was stupid. I hated it. So,
really
yeah,
expensive.
That is really fucking stupid. Like
Yeah.
I have choice words
right?
about that.
It was like, I had to get one secondhand because my family was like, what the fuck?
Hey.
And it was like $550, and it was just so not worth $550. In 2016 dollars too.
Yeah.
God knows inflation has made that absolutely disgusting. But yeah, 8-year-old iPad. I have a newer one that I randomly got out of nowhere for undisclosed reasons. And I couldn't use that one because there was more latency.
Ah,
Oh.
gotcha.
Really?
Womp womp.
Yeah, because it didn't have an earphone jack. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. So for once, sometimes the older technology is better,
Yeah.
which is another thing that I will say over and over again because I also sew for fun. And the most updated piece of technology I can use that's not audio technology is my grandmother's 130-year-old sewing machine. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Sometimes they just make it better in the past.
they built them to last. Absolutely. Where did you get those first gigs? Was it just a friend that like hit you up?
It was Casting Call Club because
Gotcha.
when I wanted to try it out, I literally looked up voice acting Discord and then after that joined like a relatively small one. And then for 2 weeks I just listened to everyone else speak and I was like, interesting. And then I like try out all these different things and get feedback or whatever. And they're just like, she's not spouting bullshit about singing. She actually knows what she's doing. And I'm like, yeah. I did it for like 10 years. It was my whole life.
Yikes. All right, so you went from there. You got your first mic. Did you stay with that community, or how did you branch out into?
I'm still in that Discord server. It's a little bit dead, but I still love everyone inside of it, and we are still friends. And especially with like one or two of them where I'm just like, we are siblings now. And he's like, yes, you are little sis.
Aw.
I know. I love him. He's great. But I met more people. I got into the project servers and I would always like talk to people because I was like networking, but also like I just want friends. I just want friends. Yeah. So from there, I made friends with more people and they were just like, hey, do you want to join our like friend Discord server? There's no projects, but we're just like chilling and stuff. And I was like, dude, that's lit. Yeah, I'm in.
Nice.
So it just kind of went from there. Like still the majority of stuff of Discord servers I'm in right now are all like project servers. I am almost at 100, I think. I keep having to leave and join new ones. So I don't know
Yes,
how
'cause
many
there's a
I'm at
limit.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay money for Discord. I don't care what you offer me. I'm not paying money for Discord. It's not happening.
Gotcha.
You can try. It's not going to work
Business
because
expense, just write it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
That's
No.
what do.
I
Yeah.
unfortunately have to pay business taxes now, and I hate it because I have to pay an accountant, and I don't want to
What?
do adult stuff like that yet. Please.
What? No, don't pay an accountant to do your taxes. Are you insane?
I have to. Australian
Is it-
taxes
is it-
are hard. Business taxes are harder. Trust
Okay.
me.
Okay.
It's hard.
I disagree, but all right.
Do you do Australian business taxes? Do you have to fight the ATO? Do you know how
No, but I have
watertight
to
this
do a-
tax system is?
I have to do American business taxes. And
It's not the same.
I know it's
how
not the
Amazon
same, but you
really
just
operates in the
you,
US.
you just
Do you know-
learn.
Do you know
Do
I
you
can't
even
do
math?
ACX audiobooks because Amazon doesn't want to deal with Australian laws? Because we have labor laws, like real labor laws that actually work.
Oh, well, that's
And
what you get for
Amazon's just
working with
like-
Amazon.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, we don't fuck with that. So I couldn't even sign up. Like my friend who was in North Carolina, I don't know. There's too many fucking states. Look, in Australia we have 7 states, and that's enough. Sorry, 7 states and territories. That's enough. Stop it. 50 is not necessary. But yeah, North Carolina, and he was like, oh yeah, like there's this thing where you can do like audiobooks and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. Me having the shortest attention span known to man. So I'm not looking forward to any audiobooks that I might be offered, but sometimes money is good, money. But why are you laughing?
I'm gonna get so many sound bites just out of this one episode. Just
Yeah, no. Go ahead. That's why I exist.
no, this is great. But so all of a sudden, this is
Yeah.
Australian taxes versus American taxes. Go. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, right.
It's rough.
I
It's rough.
bet, I
but
bet.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get why the tax system here is watertight.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So I've looked at your website. Great website, by the way.
Thank you. I made it.
And let me also say I saw your commission work and all of your drawings and everything. If you have an opportunity, link is going to be in the description. Very, very cool stuff. I loved it all.
Thank you so much.
I see you've got some video games under your belt.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Actually, one just happened yesterday.
Ooh.
It was
Oh, yeah.
Lucian who's in Mythic Heroes, and I was like, why is her design so pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. It's It's probably like, I think the second post on my Twitter because I literally just did it yesterday and I was like, guys, look, she's so pretty. In terms of video games, how did that come about? So I booked my first like really cool original project in December of 2021. It's Archeon. I will never miss an opportunity to promote Archeon. It is a podcast, and it was like, oh, this thing has an IMDb, and I celebrated for a week because I was like, yes!
You have one?
Yeah, I was so happy. But from there, I was like, okay, I'm actually good enough to audition for semi-professional projects.
Ooh.
So I went and started going like absolutely crazy. I have the numbers because Singaporean, once again, huge number thing. Come on, internet, please work with me. This will be a topic of contention later, but Australian internet actually sucks. Did you know we have like the worst Wi-Fi in the developed world? Like, unironically, it just sucks that much. You can go look at the rankings if you don't believe me. But in 2021, here are the stats. So you can absolutely see where my brain was going with that. 2021, I started exactly on August 10th. Auditions, 86. Bookings, 27. Booking rate, 31%. But it was a lot of, like, fan projects and stuff. So, like, yeah. Only 1 or 2 of those were original, so that makes sense. 2022, 754 auditions, 110 bookings, 15% booking rate. That was lit. That was a lit year. This year, I suffered because my roommates were like, enough is enough, and nerfed me. And I was like, oh, my productivity. What will I do now? So 2023 is... Sorry, I'm thinking if I've recorded any between now and the last time I updated this. The answer is no. No. Yes.
I love the question mark at the
409.
end of no, but yeah, keep going.
It's fine. 409 auditions, 45 bookings, 11% booking rate. And yep. So overall, all time, 1,249 auditions, 182 bookings, and according to this, like 15 talent pools, but I'm pretty sure the number is closer to like 18 now. And a general overall booking rate over two and a half years of 15%. So I went really ham, and I've given you the empirical proof.
Yes.
Can you tell I just did a stat course this semester?
You must have really liked my intro, giving you the stats from voices.com, huh?
Yeah, I was like, this is very
Numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah.
Relevant.
Okay. So, but I mean, how did you end up in the? Is this just connections that you had? Is this like you go to Twitter and you find?
Yes.
Okay.
So I went casting. I used to have the breakdown for how many auditions I had submitted on casting call, via email, via Google form, via like all of these different things, but I was like, I got too lazy. I was like, F this, whatever. You can go look at my CCC profile. Like, it's still there. I'm not ashamed of it. You can go find my first very shitty audition. Do I care? No. It just shows how amazing I am because I never lose and I start everything perfectly. And I just, I don't need to improve because you can't improve on perfection. So it's fine. Don't look at it. But on CCC, I think there's like 300 now. Once I hit about 100 on CCC, I was like, yeah, I'm going to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's great for it's great to start out on, but if you want to find like more cool projects, you got to start going on Twitter. That's fun. B, actively looking in Discords for like game jams and other stuff like that. Because sometimes other actors will be like, hey, this director needs this for this. And then you're like, oh, cool. Can I? And then they're like, yes. And sometimes you get stuff like that as well. And it's just kind of frantic sometimes. And then as you go on, sometimes you have like a little demo. I'll get to mine later, but it's an interesting topic of contention for me.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you can submit your demo, and sometimes you get stuff, sometimes you don't. Most of the time it's no, but when you do get stuff, it's kind of cool. And sometimes people just find you, which is why it's really important to have a website. Haha. So, yes. Recently, I've been getting more stuff in my inbox, which is insane to me because I used to like scour the internet. Like I would wake up and I'm like, it's time to look for auditions. And then I would go to bed and I'm like, it's time to look for auditions. And also, like, Discord, when you're in a bunch of Discord servers, either project servers or, like, just voice acting servers in general, like Voice Acting Club or VO Hideaway, shout out to my OG server. People will post casting calls in, like, a specific channel called Casting Calls, and it's always, like, the latest one from Twitter, and they're just like, guys, go, 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 go. So it's like, okay, I have, like, 25 to do today. Let's go. And that's how I racked up the numbers like that.
Wow.
So, yeah, as long as you keep relatively up to date, you'll be okay because, I'm just me. It's not like I'm a prodigy or anything. Far from it.
No.
I just want to say real fast, I found your profile and I listened to the very first audition that you submitted on August 13th of 2021.
Uh-oh.
And Zamudi, you remember your first audition?
Yeah,
it's
mine is still
very
up in CCC
similar.
as well.
It's very similar.
So you're in good company because I kept mine.
Yeah.
And you know what? I've played it on the show before, and I still get
Valid.
shit for it. By the way,
Mostly from me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Do not give me your thoughts. I'm still very sensitive.
I'll save it for after the show. Don't worry.
No.
well,
It's
I mean,
okay.
Your
Mine
room
wasn't any
treatment looks
better.
great now. I'm sure.
Thanks.
I'm sure you lived in a tin can like I did on my first one.
I was
Yeah.
actually in the wardrobe. I was sitting on the floor of my wardrobe in my student accommodation being like, yeah, this is going to be shit, but you know what? It's fine.
Gotta try.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Out of the roles that you've had, what has been your favorite so far?
Don't ask me things like this.
Oh, come on.
Fuck. Okay. Okay, shut up. Stop
Mark,
laughing. I'm only. Excuse me. I'm going to go to my visual reel because I literally just updated it yesterday.
Gotcha.
Because the really nice thing I was in came out yesterday, the Luoshan stuff, and I was like, yes. So the answer is I did a game jam. I think it was Otome Jam 2022. Hell yeah. It was a game called Mythic Meetup, and I played a Hulizing, which is a Chinese fox spirit. And she is asexual, and she's been, like, lusted over by people her entire life. And she's just like, man, this, like, fucking sucks. And you as the player are supposed to be like, no, it's okay, I understand. And she's like, no, you don't understand. You're human. You're a fucking human. And it's like, I love that line so much. I believe it's the 4th spot in my visual reel.
Okay.
Somewhere around like the 40-second mark. And I was like, yes! Because I remember I have my own indie game. I'll get into that maybe never because it's still in production hell, whatever. The programmer for that game actually played Mythic Meetup before like we were working together on this. And she was like, that line where you said you don't know what you're talking about felt too real. And I was like, good. So I would say that would be one of my favorites of all time. There's another one that is definitely also up there, but I can't talk about it right now.
Oh, that's
It's just like, what is this gap? Explain this gap in your resume. I can't. It's under NDA.
It's like, NDA. Sorry. Yeah. No.
Sorry, talk to the hand. But yeah, I love emotionally in-depth characters. I love the angst. I love anything that has a lot of extreme emotions and stuff. In terms of like fun stuff, I got asked to do a part as a quokka in a podcast about space aliens who are exploring the world, including Australia, and they wanted me to sing as well. And I was like, this is what I was built for. I'm pretty sure they found me off this list called VOC. It's like it's the PGM list. So it's like everyone who isn't like white, they go on the list and they're like, yeah, these are my specialities. These are the languages I speak. These are like all the things that apply to me, special skills, whatever. So I'm pretty sure they found me on there because there's not that many Australian voice actors, unfortunately.
That's a good thing for you, though, isn't it?
No, it's actually not because I am in a relatively I am in the smallest territory. I'm in the capital city. I have words about the capital city. But I want you to guess how many voice actors there are in the entire state.
2.
I'll go 10.
Including me. Ha, 5. It used to be 4.
So 4 before you came in.
No.
No. Oh,
I
somebody
was
just
one of
joined
the
ranks.
I was one of the 4. Someone, yeah. I was like, there's only okay. And most of them do like fan projects and stuff on the side for funsies, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I kind of want people who are in the same general space as me because I feel very alone and I can't wait to move back to Melbourne because there's so many more fun and cool people who are working in that scene there. So yeah, it's a little bit lonely, but it's okay. Like every year at PAX or I guess Smash, I'm probably gonna have to go to Smash next year. But these conventions where voice actors will be like, "Hi guys, we are all together in the same room like once a year," and then we're all like, "Yay!"
Wow.
Yeah, it does get kind of lonely.
No. Sorry to
Sorry,
hear.
what was the original topic again?
Well, the initial question was just like your favorite role so far. You've answered it, so I appreciate it.
Okay, so the
The
Quokka
question
singing one-
was, what is your name?
What
God.
was for
No, the
dinner?
Quokka singing one was super fun because when I was recording it, it's kind of like a musical show. So it's How to Be an Earthling, but with Flip and Mosey by Tinkercast, if you guys wanted to know and listen to me sound. They kids bopified me. That's the only way I can say it. They did. And there's a line where she goes, something. My friends are all nocturnal, so we party at night and I sleep all day. And I have to say words. I have to say half a sentence in Australian accent, and then I have to sing in North American in the same sentence. And I was like, my brain is going to die. I can't do
Yeah.
this.
And all this is going on at like 3 a.m.
Oh no, the session was from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So it was actually worse because I'm a night owl, which means I have to wake up at 5 a.m. That was
Oh, yeah.
shit. It was like
Yikes.
1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Jersey time, and I was like, just another day in the life of an Australian international remote voice actor, and moved on with it. The good news is I finished so early, there were like 2 hours to spare, and I was like, yep, that is the efficiency. Hire me again, please. So then I was like, great. And then I went back to sleep and I missed visiting my friend's exact graduation ceremony, but it was fine. It's fine.
Trade-offs.
It was at 10 a.m. and I was like, I gotta do this. Because back in my old place, my booth was directly next to my bed. So I would go out and then I would immediately lean sideways onto the bed. And it's right there. Amazing.
Nice.
Now I have a separate space. No way. That's crazy.
Efficiency. Yeah.
Efficiency.
Yes.
I'd wake up 2 minutes before a podcast recording or something. This is awful to admit, but I don't care. And like go into the booth and be like, plug on. Hi.
Wow. And I mean, considering if you just barely woke up, you're a ball of energy, if you don't mind me saying, because oh my.
Oh no,
gosh.
I'm always like this.
Yeah.
It was really funny. During that 5 a.m. session, halfway through, the producer was like, oh my God, you have like so much energy. I think I need to go get a coffee. It was 2 p.m. for him. So yeah.
So was that your first directed session, or have you had many before?
No.
No. Okay.
I've had a bunch before, thankfully. Not as many as I would like, because a lot of places that do live direction are like, you're Australian? Ew. And then they just are like, you can just go do it yourself. Or they're like, we can find someone else. And I'm just like, but I'm right here.
I'll wake up, really.
And
No,
you
I
like
promise.
me. You said you liked me. Why don't you like me now? You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck, I got passed over again. So it's not as common as I would like it to be, but when it does happen, I'm very happy about it.
You mind telling me about your first directed session? How was that? Uh-oh.
So this is also really another funny thing to admit. But my first directed session was the AFK Arena Just Asperia Things anime that is like the first spot in my demo, in my visual reel, sorry, what? And for context, I believe this was April of 2022. So I started in August of 2021. This is happening in April of 2022. It's less than a year, and I've already done ADR. The problem with me doing ADR is that the only time I had done it was like on Discord and Reaper with some friends a week before the session. And I only found out a couple days before the session. So if I didn't do that, randomly decide to agree to doing it with my friend, I would have gone in totally fucking blind.
Yeah.
Let's go. I mean, I did do some form of like dubbing for like fan projects and stuff before, but there's no like there's no 3 beeps, there's no like other people. It's just me alone suffering. So I was like, "Huh!" And I had to use Source Connect now, which I've never touched before. And based on the fact that I know how to operate a 130-year-old sewing machine, I think you can kind of like gather that it didn't go that well for like the first. You know what? I'm not going to say the number, but it was a long time. They had to record the other actor first. I will just tell you that. And the entire time I was suffering because this was when I had my old space, which was 30-ish centimeters, or for Americans, 1 foot wide. It was bookshelf, boom arm, my shoulders, and wall. That's it.
Yikes.
I had the laptop on the upper shelf, so it was like here. I had the iPad with the iPad with the Zoom here, the script here. Very small space, obviously. So I had everything at an angle, and I was like, if the iPad falls, I am going to die. I had the interface on the shelf below, and the mic was directly in front of my face. I was just like, the whole time. And it was pain and suffering as well, because I live in Canberra, and Canberra still uses copper. So like the maximum that I can get is like 50 down and like 14 up, and it just made me want to die the entire time because it kept lagging and like the bit rate was shit. Yeah. So I was looking at it, I was like, I can't even see the lip flaps. I'm fucked. So yeah, that happened. I made it through eventually. It wasn't too bad. And when the final product came out, I was like, hey, that's all right. So if you see the start of my visual reel, please know that that was over a year ago, and I don't suck that much anymore, I swear. Please.
Well,
but that was the first live session. I was stressed as fuck.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's okay.
Well, I'm sorry to dredge up that memory from you, but
No. I look back on it with fondness because that AFK job gave me some credence to my name. Sure. For once. Also, it's super cool because since there's so little Australian actors, and since everyone fucking hates us, I guess, at the time, there was only 7 Australian voice actors who had ever been in anime like the last couple of years. So I got mentioned by Dom Dint. She's very cool. You should go look at her.
Oh, yeah.
By Dom at Melbourne Comic Con 2022. And I was like, oh my God, because I'm a kid nerd. I've been going to Comic Con in Melbourne since I was like 14. So I was like, oh, Vera mentioned, this is amazing. I was so happy, but it was during my exam period, so I couldn't even go down. I was so sad. But it was great. I was like, wait, maybe I'm not absolutely dog shit. Maybe I got a fighting chance at this. So that encouraged me to do even more, which is a good thing. Like, it's stressful, but it resulted in a lot of good things.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen direct connect needed in so many auditions. I tend to stay away from those only because I know it's a pain in the butt to set up.
Source Connect?
Or
Source Connect now? Or
Yeah.
Oh, Source Connect now is actually easy. I'm just really stupid.
Well, fortunately, my personal internet's got a ton of firewalls behind it, and that's not because of me. That's because of the company that I contract with. So I always have issues with something trying to network to something else. So.
Oh, wait, are you referring to standard or now? Because now is literally just through like the Chrome browser.
Oh, is it?
And standard is the one where you have to do port forwarding and a bunch of like funky
Standard is the one,
stuff.
because most everybody
Standard
wanted the
hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm not at that level yet, so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I mean, and I'm sure Buka understands the whole ADR a ton in comparison.
That's me all day, every day.
Yeah.
I have a picture of the session.
Do you?
And Yeah, I will probably send it later because I left my phone outside. But like, you see the picture of it, and you're just like, "What's happening here?"
Mhm.
Because honest to God, I look back on it and I was like, "Wow, I was really standing in that thing for like 10 hours sometimes."
I think well, I know I've done that before, and I did it in the dead of summer, at least at night. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
taking like
Yeah.
hourly breaks to drink water because otherwise, you pass out.
You're just like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the auditions are too much.
Yeah. Well, it was a gig, but yeah, it was a pain in the butt. So you brought up your demo a couple of times, and we did mention that we were going to circle back to it. So, when did you first have your demo produced?
Kids in the audience, do as I say and not as I do.
Mm-hmm.
So in January of 2022, I was like, oh my God, Helvetica Dubs, which is a Webtoon sponsored YouTube channel that a bunch of my friends were in at the time. And it was like the peak of voice acting for me for like a month, I guess. They're chill. They opened their roster and they haven't opened their roster since. So it's like they do it once every long time. So I was like, oh my God, I want to do this because as an artist, I also used to want to be a Webtoon artist as like a thing that I wanted to do. So I was like, ooh, I can get involved in like the other side of this. So they were just like, yeah, we're going to need like a demo or samples and stuff. And I was like, fuck. So I was like, oh, I guess I can't apply. And then I was like, wait, what's stopping me from scraping something together? So I was talking to my writer friend at 4 a.m. He finished writing the script at 6 a.m. I spent about 3 hours recording it during the day. And then I called my North Carolina friend and was like, hey, you know, like sound design, right? And it got finished in like less than 48 hours. And then I submitted it. And at first I didn't get it, but the AFK job drew attention to me. And then I got in through that. So in a roundabout way, it did work.
Wow.
But yeah, that's still the same one that I have, and I'm immensely so much better than that now because what was it? It was like 4 or 5 months into acting full stop. My background is in singing, not acting. I just want to make that extremely clear.
Mm-hmm.
And like now I'm just like, man, that's so cringe. But at the time I was so happy. I was like, fuck, finally. Fuck. Just like put that there so that people can actually hear me for once because this is before I had anything at all. This was before I even had a website, I think. And if I did have a website, it was shit just like, can you email me? You know,
Yeah.
like that.
Wow. So in 48 hours, you went from nothing to having one produced. That was
One could say that.
yeah. But I mean, you're still using it, so I mean, it must.
I am, but I'm getting a new one very, very soon because, oh my God. I have outgrown
I'm
my
open for
leagues
commission.
and leagues and
Yeah,
leagues.
I was about to say you do have somebody who's pretty good at them. So
I know. I have to look at my options because I've been like thinking about it. And before I know, man, I know, you're super cool.
Give me
When I
money.
said I was money, yeah, I know. I was very academic about it. I had downloaded 100 demos off like various people of all walks of life, like people who did it themselves, like Allegra Clark, my love, like people on the super mega professional level, people who are like new on the big stuff, but they've been around the indie stuff forever. Shit like that, basically. I did all of them. I listened to them. I noted down the most common tropes and stuff. And I looked at the stuff that I had booked. And I was like, oh, okay, like these are my strengths. These are the ones that I booked the most. And here's how I'm going to rank them. And so when I was telling my friend to like order the demo together, he was just like, okay, how do you want to do this? And I was like, contrast. I want the most high energy, like tiny, squeaky little teen girl thing next to the, what was it? It was some like seductress sorcerer who's just like, try not to leave a stain on the carpet. Like that kind of thing.
wow, that one
When
caught
she like
Dorino off guard.
smotes when she like smotes the hero
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then it's like just high contrast the whole thing, distract from the fact that I am very new to this.
You said seductress,
and
but I thought
I-
that Dana was something else.
And I was like, please, 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 please. And it actually worked out for the most part. So yeah, it was
Nice.
cool. It was great. Yeah. So that's my point of contention. Yeah, it's like if you're booking stuff consistently, then yeah, go ahead. Feel free to make some samples, whatever. But don't use it as your demo for 2 years. I'm only doing this because I don't have money. So yeah.
That's a good reason. That's a very good reason.
Yeah. Sometimes when you don't have money, it's also bad.
That's true.
It's good to research because you have a budget, but it's not good when you're trying to market yourself, I guess.
When you're trying to do anything, actually.
All right.
Anything else.
Gotcha. We've got about 5 more minutes with you. So let me ask you a question that I ask every single guest, and I apologize in advance if this is too deep. If you could go
What? No, it's fine.
If you could go back and talk to yourself when you were first starting this journey, what advice would you give yourself?
Just go straight to XLR.
Was
I kept that USB mic for 5 months. It was not worth it.
it a snowball?
No, it was an AT2020 USB.
No, it's
AT2020 USB Plus. No, my friend was a huge Rooster Teeth enjoyer, and that's what the entire studio used for a long time, apparently. So he's like, this one. And I was like, okay.
Someone didn't do the research.
That time I didn't. This
I
one
think you
I
were talking
spent
about
an
your friend, but
excessive amount of time. Yeah. No, he's not like in voice acting or anything. He's just my buddy, you know? Just my friend. He's very supportive and I love him a lot. But yeah, I would probably be like, just go straight to XLR. I know it seems daunting. Just do it. Because I definitely lost out on a bunch of stuff because of audio quality, especially at the start. Because the moment I got a USB mic the first time, I started booking like crazy. That's why you see my booking rate in 2021 was like 30%.
Yeah.
At first it was more like 10%, somewhere around there. And then I got the USB mic and then it just went whoop, and I was like, okay. And then the same thing happened when I first got an XLR mic. At first it was like 30. At first for like proper indie projects and stuff, I'd get like 1, 2. And then when I got the XLR mic, it was like so I was like, just go straight to XLR. I know you might not be confident in your own abilities, but just fucking go straight to XLR. Spend that $200 somewhere else. Maybe on groceries. You lived on $35 a week. That's stupid. So, yeah.
I've been there.
Sometimes, sometimes
instant
the investment
ramen.
is worth it.
Yeah.
I promise. Oh, no. I had no processed food because Australia is different in that we are a very large producer of food. So the fresh food here is actually cheaper. I do not have processed meat for like 18 months. Like not a single sausage or Spam or anything. Just like the smallest portions of chicken.
You okay up there?
Yeah, she mentioned Spam, and I got a little grossed out.
Oh, I love Spam.
I mean, dude, I love Spam. What are you talking about?
Spam
It's like the
potatoes.
staple of the Singaporean army,
Stares
dude.
at you, an islander.
No, just get the Spam and then you fry it until it's kind of crispy and then you eat it and it's such a good time. Exactly. It's good. It's good.
I'm from the Midwest in the United States. Our state food is mayonnaise, so yeah.
Sorry, I'm an avid mayonnaise hater.
Ooh.
That's okay.
Man.
Avid mayonnaise hater.
Mayo versus
Whenever-
non-mayo. Go.
But yeah, that's the advice I would give. The other advice I would give is, I know you're scared of cold emailing, but shut the fuck up and do it, bitch.
I like
And other
that.
things
Interesting, 'cause
include...
We know some people that have avidly said against that. Do
Really?
not cold email. Yeah.
Dude,
Fascinating.
I got my
we
first
should,
commercial doing that. And my first commercial is with Daimler Truck. You know, Daimler, Mercedes-Benz.
Whoa.
Well, is it Mercedes-Benz Daimler or Daimler Mercedes? One of them. But yeah, that's on my demos page as well. So yeah, sometimes it's really worth it. I did it on LinkedIn. I do it via email. Whatever works is all I'm saying.
So
if you can do it, do it.
LinkedIn
Yeah.
profile, that's all plugged in, good to go?
Yeah, that's like literally on the homepage because you know how there's two sides to my website? Like one's the voice acting side, one's the sorry, I'm doing a yoga pose right now
No,
because
you're
I
fine.
can't stand still for the life of me, but there's the voice acting side and there's like the Twitter, whatever, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. What else is there? IMDb. I have the website open right now because I was looking at the visual reel. Yeah, Twitter, IMDb, LinkedIn, YouTube, Gumtree. Gumtree is where I have all of the organizational resources that I provide for free for voice actors. So if you want to get organized next year, if you want to get organized next year, now's the time. Yeah, just get organized, have documentation, make sure you keep all the contacts of people you've worked with. I did that a little bit after, so I had a lot of documentation to go back and redo. So that was fun. Be organized, just keep auditioning. Cold emailing is not as scary as you make it out to be. Go straight to XLR. Those are like the four main things.
I love it.
There you go.
What about somebody approaching you saying, like, how do I get into this business?
Sometimes people do that and it scares me because I'm like, hi, I'm 20 years old, I'm young and stupid, and I started this in university. I am not the person to ask. And so I'm just like, yeah, go to VAC. Also, like, you can start on Casting Call Club and also, like, look at Twitter and find game jams and stuff to join. You can find it on Itch. You can find it on Twitter. You can find it on Discord, especially... Shit, what was it called? Dev Talk. They do, it's a visual novel production Discord server, and obviously they cast a lot for voices and stuff. I have directed like everyone there because I'm like, yeah, this is good practice and you can also have good art. Because I believe like 2 of the spots in my visual reel are from game jams.
No.
So do it.
Go figure.
You can get a lot of seriously high quality stuff from there. 10 out of 10 recommend. Just try it, you know? I know it's weird to hear your voice 24/7, but in the wise words of a very cool friend, just spam your voice until you get used to it. I know it's like, oh my God, but I sound so bad. Stop.
Yeah, get over yourself.
God helps those who help themselves. So help yourself now.
There you go.
Very cool.
I'm not religious, but I'm pretty sure that's a non-controversial statement to make.
We've already had a lot of controversial statements between taxes and processed foods. So
And mayonnaise versus
that
non-mayonnaise. Yeah.
that thing just went right out the window. It's all good.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
I have a magnet on my fridge of that scene, by the way.
Amazing.
Wait, where did you get it from? I need magnets for my new fridge because there's kind of dents in it 'cause it's secondhand.
It's a store called FYE. It's like
Done.
a bunch of like nerd culture stuff. Okay, so I know we're
hitting
nearly
up time.
wrapping here.
Yes,
so
yes.
I just I wanted to have you have a quick talk about Australian KFC.
Oh dear.
But I will not ask that of you because I feel like
please,
that. No,
please.
because that's going to be like another 10 more minutes, and we don't have time for that. So
What's wrong with
No,
Australian
I'm gonna-
KFC now? I'm curious. I have to look this up.
TLDR 15 seconds. I promise I can do it.
okay, go.
Australia and Southeast Asia actually have a different management company from KFC United States. Therefore, KFC in Southeast Asia, and Australia is actually really good. And I actually eat KFC more than I do McDonald's because McDonald's fucking sucks here. Anyway, I'm done.
Nice.
Well done.
All right. Well, with that said,
Add that to your demo reel for doing the disclosures after the pharmacy.
After the
ads.
commercial.
just cold email that clip directly to KFC, and you will become their new like national voice.
And I was just like, this was sponsored by the Australian government ACT. Get fucked, cunt.
KFC because McDonald's fucking sucks here. So my last question for you, since we were talking about food, what is your favorite pizza topping?
Fuck, don't say that. Prosciutto. I love the classics. I love the
I'm sorry.
classics so much.
What can you say that without the accent?
Prosciutto.
All right, excellent,
Cured
good
meats?
choice. I don't think
Italian Cured
I don't think
meats?
prosciutto is like a thing that you put on pizza over here in the U.S. so-
American pizza. I like the traditional Italian ones.
Ooh.
Australia has a very high migrant population, especially Greek, Italian, Chinese, Southeast Asian in general. So we have a lot of like super legit stuff. Starbucks failed in Australia because we have better coffee.
Nice.
I can
Hot-
understand that.
Hot topic. Nice. Love it.
Starbucks
Buka, any
cups.
questions for our guests before we go?
Nah, y'all rang me dry. We're good.
Vera, I appreciate the time that you've given us. Thank you again for coming on the show.
Of course. Thank you for
Loved
having me.
you on. Oh my gosh, I don't think I need coffee today, like at all. Just like absorbing
know.
your energy. This is awesome. We need to have you on again.
I would love to, especially once more of my stuff comes out, because I'm sitting on a bunch of things that I would seriously love to talk about, but I'm gonna have to wait.
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah, I don't know how long.
Yeah, no, it's
But yeah, I would love to. It was super fun.
Yes. Thank you so much. For those of you listening, thanks again for being here. If you lurked on the live recording, if you're here on YouTube or anywhere where you can get your podcast, thank you for being here.
Wait.
Whoa.
What the
the
fuck
hell
was
just
that?
happened?
Wait,
What
what?
just happened?
Whoa.
I am
What?
What is
Okay.
that?
Tune in on
the
YouTube.
wonders of
Check that-
technology.
What the hell does that mean that it happens for me? No, here I am making a
Nope.
heart
No,
emoji.
you need to make the proper shape.
There's a
She's a witch.
Sorcery. Wait.
It's because I'm brown.
work?
It doesn't like me.
It doesn't
Okay.
like us. It's racist.
Understand what's happening?
Okay. If you have a topic, anything you want us to talk about, please feel free to email us, coldreadthepodcast@gmail.com, or join our Discord. It's a growing community. We'd love to have you here. We have a good network of people. If you have any questions between setups or whatever, you know, we'll find somebody to be able to answer your question. We also want to hear your audio. If you're working on a demo, if you're working on an accent, if you're working for a part, let us listen to your demo. We will give you constructive feedback. We don't bite. We've done it to each other. We've all improved because of it. So don't be afraid. I think, well, obviously our next show is coming up in December. This will be like December 3rd, I want to say.
Oh my god.
Good timing.
Something like that. I don't have a calendar in front of me in case you can't tell. Well, hopefully we'll get there our tagline up a little bit better. And I just want to say thank you everybody for being here. On behalf of Buka, Dorino, and Vera, we will say bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And remember to drink your water.
There it is.
That's true. I have a 2-liter bottle here.
got
I
it.
can barely carry it with my atrophied arms.
Catch y'all next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Recording is stopped. We're going to stop streaming here. Thank you again for everybody that was lurking.